Hi, it's Gadget again. This is part 11. And I'm talking about, like I said, I was going to talk about the guy that I met on MySpace. Now remember, prior to him, I had been going through hell and back, everything, one night stands, all this stuff. When you don't date, it's hard because when you're sheltered, you don't know what it is. Like, my first kiss wasn't until a Truth or Dare party, and I didn't even know how to kiss the guy. And that was bad. That was bad. And that was when I was in my, late 20s. Yeah, my late 20s. Because I'm going to tell you what happened. Like I said, the only reason they found the cyst on my ovary was the fact that I was still a virgin. And let's just say that I can actually wear white to a wedding because a machine took it. Because when they were checking for the cysts and everything. And I know this is sound very adult and everything. I'm going to even put a disclaimer on this and stuff. But it also hampers the fact on the guy that cheated on me because he was not believing me that I was still. So this is where people have got to learn to believe me and stuff. But when you have blinders on, you don't want to take those blinders off. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. With me, take your blinders off. You'll find you're going to have fun. Alright? So we get to the guy from MySpace. Okay? And we were talking for like 2 years and everything and stuff. He introduced me to Chris and Greg Ayers of the anime world and everything. And then I found out also about Anime Boston, everything. So basically my loves were starting to like, right? And he was falling for me and stuff and everything. He comes here after like doing all the conventions because he runs all these cons and everything. But throughout those 2 years, he's the one that gave me the push to go back to school. Remember I said that Iona wasn't my first? I was at a point in my life where I was giving up. I basically was not passing the tests with the high grade I need. I would get 80s on my test for my job, and they want 90 or better. I just wanted a change. I was tired of my mother, tired of everything, because she's still manic. She still was trying to control my life, even though I'm out of the apartment, on my own and everything, right? Even though I still have my license, I don't have a car because I can't afford it. It's a catch-22. So, how do I put this? Trying to figure out. If he didn't keep pushing me to go argue with my union and everything, because I'm paying union dues and they're telling me no, I would not be in school today. And this was in 2009. And I'm not going to say his name, but I thank God for him, or gods and goddesses, since I'm a Wiccan and everything. I didn't want to mention I was a Wiccan because some people take it the wrong way, but, you know, it's a different point of view on how you look at things. And most Christians don't realize you're supposed to turn the other cheek and accept people for who they are and what they are, not persecute them for their other beliefs and everything. Otherwise, you would not realize that if you go and research all your religions and everything, everybody stems from one, and we branched off and created our own. Because if you keep changing a religion, it's not a religion, it's a cult. Alright? So, look at the Christianity back and see how it is and everything, how they took away catechism, they took away what the kids used to be taught in school. Alright, don't get me started. I got hundreds in religion because I did projects on this and everything, and found out that Wiccan actually runs in our family and everything because I was researching all this, that it's through both sides of my family. So, off track on that and everything, this guy, really nice and everything, but let's just say it didn't end very well because his friends called me crazy and everything because I was trying to find out why the guy stopped talking to me. He wouldn't tell me and everything. When he was here, he was all sweet and everything, but he wouldn't touch me, he wouldn't whatever, right? It wasn't until we were leaving that I kissed him that he knew, and I could feel that he was like basically, he was nervous around me. It was only 3 days. He couldn't get to know me and everything. But it was through the chaos, because this is where this comes in, that my mother and my sister were acting like idiots with him because they don't want me to date unless they know the person. How are you supposed to date a person if... Okay, this is where it confused me. And then I realized they're talking out of their hat. Or you can say another word if you want. My mother would only let me date where her family lives. That's a clue right there. I was not following that rule. My sister was like, and my mother, they were jealous that people were going to take me away again. My sister loses her babysitter, scapegoat, because this is the impression that my family is giving to me. So if they take this the wrong way, these videos, oh well. This is what you portray to me. Okay? So basically, how else do I put this? Thing was going fine. It was Halloween. It was my birthday. He came for my birthday. No, they destroyed that. We had to put him in the hotel near my sister because I didn't have the car and everything. Had to do this, had to do that. Every time we wanted 5 minutes together, they would not let us have it because they were afraid he was going to kill me. He's a stranger. He comes from another state. I had to hear this all the time and everything. Even the car ride to go pick him up, my sister's like, my children are going to have no mother. This guy's going to slash our throats. He's a psycho. Because you met him online. I've met people online that have been good friends. I have met people that have met people online that are married and have kids now. Why begrudge me my happiness? Okay? We drop them off at the airport. After the 3 days, I come home. I get a lecture on how I'm not to talk to strangers. I'm not to this, that I'm only allowed to date where her cousins live. I'm like, I'm 30-something years old. And I'm getting dictated on how I have to live my life because it's wrong to meet people. In this technology age, this is how you meet people. So I had to deal with that. So that was 2009. Then 2010 comes along and everything, and it's still a sucky year. 2011 comes along and I meet all these people and everything, and I still get jaded, treated like garbage and everything and stuff. Because I'm looking at the clock right now because this is what's going to come up about 2010 and 9. Because think about it. I'm starting to go out more. I'm starting to meet people more. My life is changing for the better. I'm starting to have fun. I mean, I went to, this is another thing. I was going to Anime Boston in 2009 volunteering. I set up the time to go. Her thing was, she had to have my brother-in-law drive me because she did not trust the trains. That's a young girl, she claims young girl, by herself is not responsible. That you have to be married with children to be responsible. That you cannot take trains by yourself. You cannot just, because they're going to hurt and kill you. You're going to disappear like all those people on TV. She, got my brother-in-law to drive me. I was stuck there one day. If it wasn't for this one friend, I call him my little brother, trying to convince my brother-in-law. I wish to God my brother-in-law had enough sense to leave me there. But he didn't. Drove me back, right? So, I at least got to go out and meet people. And that's how I met even better people. How I met these wonderful people at Anime Boston, the volunteers. They showed me that I can still love my anime and be an adult and be a kid at heart and not have to, that there is work in the industry. That all my stuff with acting that I did for all those years wasn't wasted. My voiceover work, all this stuff and everything. So, comes 2010, I go to Anime Boston again. Meanwhile, I'm still working at my job. Things are looking up, right? But the problem was this. I met somebody online from across the pond. He basically, let's see, well, let me see, how do I put this? What was it, 2010? No, not 2010 yet. It was 2011 when I met him. No, wait, no, it was 2010. It was the end of 2010 into 11. Sorry, that's right. It is 2010. Because I really want to forget that year, but at the same time I don't want to forget that year because that year was the year of growing up and realizing that my mother, no matter how much hold she has on me, I have to still pick and choose my battles, but now my battles are on my terms and everything. And I met some other people. I met this one guy, and he was nice too, but that relationship didn't work out because he wanted a poly, and I was here and the other girl. It just didn't work out. That's when I met the one in England, which led into 2011, which led into, like, because the anime, let's see, 10, this is, let's, well, yeah, because Anime Boston in 2010 was so much fun and everything, but here's what the dilemma was, and I'm going to get into that about 2000, and I'm getting a text right now, too, so its timing is worth it, right? So, on to 12, I'll see you soon, alright? Bye.